Peter, first off, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us today. Can you tell us, what's the big difference in preparing Croke Park for a soccer international versus preparing it, say, for a GAA fixture?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of similarities. I mean, in terms of getting an event plan together. I suppose the significant differences are is that soccer is a segregated game. So a part of the stadium is restricted just for Welsh fans. And of course we don't have a terrace. The terrace has been replaced with seats. So it'll be interesting to see what the atmosphere will be like in an all-seated stadium. I mean, I sometimes feel that maybe it can be a wee bit sterile. So we're delighted it's the Irish team that are playing here because the Irish supporters are just so passionate about their football.
Can you tell us what sort of preparation actually goes into planning for an event like this? How far in advance do you start thinking about it, and what sort of things actually go on in the lead up to match day?
Yeah, it's about a 7-month planning process. So we would have sat down with the FAI 7-8 months ago, and we would have looked at our event plan, exactly how people come in, where they'll stay, what type of control procedures are in place. Little things which seem obvious, like pitch markings, making sure they're accurate and measured out properly, goalpost sockets, how the goalposts are put down, technical areas where the dugouts are, the type of facilities that the team may need, which may be slightly different than other sports. So there's a lot of preparation goes in. I mean, if it was down to one person, you could probably do it quickly, but when you've got 2,000 people that have to interact on a day like that, there's a lot of training and dissemination of information really to go through.
There's a huge range of people that work here, from everyone involved in stewarding to catering. You mentioned 2,000. That's the ballpark figure of people who would actually work here in a match day, or would it be more?
Yeah, it's going to be slightly more. It'll be about 2,300 if you take into account guards as well as stewards and so forth. So it's an extraordinary number of people that come together. I mean, but we're all dedicated to making sure that when the fans come, that they have a great day out, they enjoy it, and they go home with a good feel for the place. So we've been lucky, but you can never be complacent about these things. It's about everybody just putting their best effort forward.
Can you tell me, what's your role on the day of the match? Will you be able to be a spectator, or is the phone constantly on and walkie-talkies buzzing?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the phone is constantly on. The walkie-talkies are buzzing. I've been here over 6 years. I've never once seen a game fully from beginning to end. It's the event controller would report to myself, so everything would flow through us on that basis. And in any event, a small club championship fixture to a large full house international, things always arrive on the day. So it's just to be prepared for it, really.
Can you tell us, what's the capacity of the stadium now with the seating installed in Hill 16?
Yeah, we've effectively taken 7,000 out, so we're at 75,000 for the soccer games, which is still, I think it's one of the biggest crowds there'll ever be for a soccer match in Ireland. It's going to be a huge atmosphere. And again, it comes back. I think the Irish supporters, soccer supporters, have a passion that is unique. I think they've certainly got innumerable UEFA awards. So it'll be interesting to see how they perform on the day.
And just finally, have you any advice or tips for anyone who's maybe coming to Croke Park for the first time, or people who are coming along on Saturday and on Wednesday?
Yeah, what I'd say is come early, particularly on Wednesday when it's an evening game. This is city centre traffic, there's people going home. And to remember that it's a residential area. When you leave, respect the residents. Don't be knocking on doors or stuff. It's not really a problem in the past, and I don't think it'll be one now. But just, go out of your way to be nice to locals.